Alright, Barak Yahweh, Barak Shai, Call Halayim La Alahayanawa Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, all praise to the Most High Yahweh. In the name of His Son Yahweh Shai, peace and blessings to the elected Israel out there that tune into these videos, and double honors to our elders and apostles in these times of Israel, known as Great Millstone. Alright, so my brother Monagon coming back again with just a little update on what's going on in and around the Euphrates River. Because according to the prophecy here in Revelation 16 and 12, it says, "And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared." So there has been a crisis with the Euphrates River going on for a little while now. So I just thought to check back in just to see what's going on, and it just so happens that this is in the news. This came out back on the 27th, and this was the title of the article. And I kind of want to just go straight into this. This is why I didn't wait. It says war for water. Syria, Iraq, and Turkey will next fight for rivers, report says. All right, so I'm gonna read some of this, and you can read this article. Lord willing, I'll post this in the comment section after this video. But I just want to hit some points, bring out some precepts that we're familiar with, just to show us signs of the times, because this is a proxy to World War III, which is going to involve multiple nations fighting against each other in that land, the Valley of Jehoshaphat, pertaining to the scriptures. So I'm going to read some of this, and then I'm going to go into some precepts. So it says the next war in the Middle East. Let me just check the sound again. Here, good. The next war in the Middle East could be fought over water as Iraq, Syria, and Turkey scramble to assert claims to two vital rivers that run through the region, according to a new report. Nabil al-Samman, a Syrian expert on international waters, made the case for an upcoming water war in an article published Friday by Saudi newspaper Asharq al-Wasat. The article defines the term as being used to refer in the Mediterranean to quote-unquote the use of water as a weapon in order to control its sources, or the diversion of water as a commercial commodity controlled by powerful upstream states for political ends. So water has always been if you know anything about war, if you control the waters, you kind of control how the war is going to be played out. So continue on, it says the piece outlines a decade-long history of difficult relations and devastating conflicts that have set the stage for a potential upcoming crisis between Syria, Iraq, and Turkey. Now here on the map, you can see the Euphrates River runs up like this, and here you have you have Turkey up here, you have Syria, and you have Iraq, and it runs up unto all of them. The Euphrates River is a very long river. So back in the article it says, quote unquote, when the sounds of guns and war drums fade in Syria and Iraq, new tensions may arise because of water, especially in their conflict with Turkey, from which the Euphrates and Tigris rivers flow, the report said. Revelation 16 and 12, and the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. It says, in eastern Syria's Euphrates River Valley, drought and mismanaged government policies helped fuel support for protests that eventually morphed into a 2011 nationwide insurrection backed by the West. It says Turkey and Gulf Arab states. Alright, so that valley, that Euphrates River Valley that they're talking about was in this area right here of Syria. Alright, I believe this is that Euphrates River Valley that they're talking about. Alright, so you continue on in this article. It says the subsequent insurgency in Syrian military campaigns backed by Russia and Iran to retake the country has left critical water infrastructure in ruins. Alright, so here you have two forces against each other. You had protests backed by the West going on. And then you also had Russia and Iran back, militants trying to take back over the government, all centered around what? All centered around this river Euphrates, all right, because there's a water crisis, all right, of going on. It says, across the border in western Iraq, 15 consecutive years of war and insurgency followed the 2003 U.S. invasion have left a similarly dire situation, but Turkey retains a powerful, controversial hold on the region's natural resources. All right, so that's why they were talking about these political presence and power from the north, all right, from where the Euphrates is up here. All right, there's a conflict going on as well, and the Turkey is going to get pulled into this. All right, all these nations in this region here, Syria, Iraq, Iran is up in this area, okay? And when you look further up on this map, you have what? You have Russia, which is up here. So you have Russia and Iran on the east of the Euphrates. All right, and on the west you have Syria, part of Iraq, and also Turkey. All right, now again, it said in this precept that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. All right, so this conflict with this water being scarce is going to lead to those two powers, all right, that are backing two parties that are against each other. It's just a proxy to World War. It's just another step for this fighting to begin. And there's a lot more information in this. You can continue reading on, but I'm going to get some precepts that pertain to this because this is all prophecy. And I'm just going to show another map here of where everything's going on. All right, so these are the two rivers that it was talking about originally in the article that go through Iraq. And in this area here, this is being all dried up. Scarcity of water in the lake surrounding this, the pools are drying up, according to the prophecy. Now, Russia, because of that, it's eventually going to lead, which there's other things that are going to pull Russia into the incoming war, but this is just one of them. This is Ezekiel 38 in verse 3. It says, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, which Gog on the map is Salakia. Gog on the map is in this area right here. All right. I am against thee. I will turn thee back and put hooks in thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shield, and all of them handling swords. Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. Now we're going to focus on Persia because your modern day Persia is Iran. Iran was known as Persia in the 1700s, 1800s, and early 1900s. All right, so verse 6, it says, Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togomar, the north quarters, all right, the north quarters of Persia or Iran. All right, if you go straight up across the Caspian Sea is what are the Russians, which exactly where Gomer, all right, Gog and Gomer and Togomar were located in ancient times. So that's how we know it's your modern day Russians. All right, it says all his bands, um, many people with him. Be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. So that one guard, all right, that they're going to be a guard unto, all right, are the Iranians. All right, Russia has Iran's best interests. All right, and Iran and Russia are for Assad. All right, no matter how the propaganda may spin it, the U.S. is backing all the corruption and turmoil over there in Syria. They're the reason why all those countries are divided, and it's all leading up to the World War III, man. All right, everything, all the moves Trump are making. There's something going on in the news right now. It's called Operation Roundup, where they are taking out so-called ISIS camps in and around Euphrates. All right, because of that water scarcity, they're saying that ISIS is controlling the water, terrorizing the people, what have you. So the West is sending in troops to take down these different forces that are trying to control the water. So there's a lot going on in and around the Euphrates, all right, because of this prophecy here. And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, all right, because it's going to be a water war. It's just another proxy to World War III. And the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. Joel chapter 3, verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war, wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. All right. Assemble yourselves and come, and ye all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause the mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be wakened, and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. All right, we're going to focus on that real quick. Valley of Jehoshaphat, or Yahweh Shaphat in the Hebrew, is the Most High's judgment. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Now, it said in that article that right now, where these tensions are, and where this water war could possibly break out, is the Syria's Euphrates River Valley. All right, their valley. And here in the prophecy, it says that the Lord is going to bring them to the valley of Jehoshaphat. So it's very spiritual. All right, we're not saying that that river, Syria's River Euphrates Valley, is the valley of Jehoshaphat, but the simple fact that they're using those terms, all right, and there's a spiritual connection there. All right, just another signs of the time. All right, so it says, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for the wickedness is great. Multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is near in the valley of decision. All right, and this is the valley of decision right here. All right, this area, all of this area right here, all right, is going to be the valley of decision. All right, or Harmageddon, what we know as Armageddon, the mountain of troops. Har meaning mountain, Godwan meaning troops. Now it said in Joel, it says, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. No, let me go up some. Um, let's see here. It said, let's see, there's a part. Okay, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge the heathen round about. Press is full. It said something about let the weak say I'm strong, Salakia. Be your posh. Okay, yeah, here it is. So it said, let the weak say I am strong. So for a while, all right, because at the same time this is going on, you had just reported in the Washington Post that North Korea is working on new missiles. North Korea was considered a weak nation at one point in time. But now this article says the U.S. spy agencies, North Korea is working on new missiles. So World War III is brewing all over the place. All right, I'm just going to read a little bit of this, and I'll put the link for this article in here, but this one's good as well. It says U.S. spy agencies are seeing signs that North Korea is constructing a new missiles at a factory that produced the country's first intercontinental ballistic missiles, ICBMs, a frequent term that we use here, all right, capable of reaching the United States according to officials familiar with intelligence. Newly obtained evidence, including satellite photos taken in recent weeks, indicates that work is underway on at least one or possibly two liquid-fueled ICBMs at a large research facility in Sanumdong on the outskirts of Pyongyang, according to the officials who spoke on the condition of anonymity to describe classified intelligence. So this is your path through the spirit. This is more prophecy coming to pass. Here they have a video showing you the satellite image. All right, this is where they believe this is the weak are becoming strong. All right, and how are they becoming strong? By the spirit of the power of Yahweh by Shem Shah, the one who created the heavens and the earth. Because this is what he says also to our forefather and prophet Isaiah or Yeshaya, Isaiah 9 and 6. All right, and shalom to all the Akim that are tuning in on the comment board. Yahweh Bashim Al Shah, Barakathum, Washim Markham, Bashim Rakakwadash, and bless and keep you all in the Holy Spirit. Isaiah 9 and 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. And what did it say in the article? All right, what did it say in this article? It said that there's possibly 2 liquid-fueled ICBMs at a large research facility. All right, so that's prophecy in motion. You know, that's prophecy in motion right there. Isaiah 54 and 17, more prophecy. All right, because that's what the spirit of Yahweh Shai, who the world calls Jesus Christ, it tells us in Revelation 19 and 10 that the testimony of him is the spirit of prophecy. All right, because in the midst of World War III, he's going to show up and everyone's going to turn and fight him, like it says in the scriptures. All right. Now it says, Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals and the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. I have created the waster to destroy. All right, so the Lord is the one doing this. All right, the sanctions that they're placing against Iran. All right, recently the leader of Iran said he's not going to bow down to the U.S. All right, why? Because the Lord is facilitating. All right, the buildup for the destruction of Babylon, or what we know today as the United States of America. All right, let me get this real quick. This wasn't on schedule, but the Spirit told me to get this. Proverbs 16 and 4. It says, The Lord hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked, for the day of evil. All right, so who's part of the wicked? All right, North Korea, with their new facility that they built. All right, this is where the Lord has created the smith to bowl the coal in the fire, to create those instruments, the waster to destroy. All right, that's why Esau is able to have this technology. All this is being brought forth out really for the elect, so we know and we can warn the people. The scripture says if we see the sword coming, and let me just get it, and maybe I'll end there. What was that? Ezekiel, let's see, set man coast, I think it is. Let's see, set man below. Let's see what that brings up. Let's go to this one. Just bear with me real quick, because that's the reason why we do these videos. We look at world news, we're circumspect, discerning the times, so that we can bring this out to the body so they can be edified and know that we're closer. This boosts our faith. All right, this is a faith booster right here too as well. You know, this incoming water war, these contentions and strife in that area. Okay, it's just a proxy to the end of this age, the end of Esau's time and rulership in Babylon. It says, Ezekiel 33 and 7, So thou, O son of man, I have set thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore thou shalt hear the word of my mouth, and warn them for me. When I say unto the wicked, O wicked man, thou shalt surely die, if thou doest not speak to warn the wicked from his wicked way, that the wicked man shall die in his iniquity, and his blood will I require at thine hand. So us knowing these things, we're supposed to bring these warnings out, because if not, how are the people going to be warned? This is the duty of a prophet. All right, let me go to, there's another point in here I wanted. Okay, yeah, this is it. Ezekiel 33 and 1. And again the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon the land, all right, and the sword is coming. All right, North Korea apparently has two new facilities brewing. All right, where they're going to produce intercontinental ballistic missiles capable of reaching the United States, or Babylon the Great. All right, the great whore spoken of in Revelation. That if the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him for their watchman, which we are. All right, if he see the sword if he see the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people. All right. And that's exactly what we do. That's how That's how. That's what it also tells us in Joel 2:1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of Yahweh Shema Shai cometh, for it is nigh at hand. All right, so there's a water war coming. All right, I'll put these articles up so you can read through them. Maybe you want to do a video response or something. But just to show you that the things going on in Syria, Iraq, and Turkey, it's going to pull in Iran and Russia and the West even further, according to this prophecy. All right, about the river Euphrates, and at the same time, Korea is becoming strong. All right, to build up those swords to send over here to Babylon. Revelation 16:12, and the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the waters thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. All right, so I pray Yahweh Shema Shah that it, continues to dry up, that the kings of the east go ahead and make their move, because the Lord is going to put those hooks in their mouth, according to that prophecy we read in Yakazak Allah, Ezekiel. So again, call halal Yahweh Shema Shah. I pray you were edified and that you were warned through the Spirit, and that this boosts your face. The Wadi Yahweh Shema Shah for this truth. Peace and blessings to the elect. Double honors to our apostles and elders in these times. Known as a great millstone. Shalom.